Okay, in this video I'm going to teach you a engineer task. This gets into a subject in engineering that I've tried to stay away from for the most part because of potential legality reasons and also community guideline reasons over at YouTube, but I thought about it and this material would be harder for the average person to get a hold of. The only way you'd get a hold of it is through an official capacity. You know, you have the correct permits and that stuff, doing it through a job, that type of thing, or you did it through, you got a hold of the stuff through nefarious reasons, which none of us can control that. It's like a person going out, getting drunk at a bar, climbing into their vehicle and deciding they can drive 50 miles to get home. I'm going to teach you how to tie some demolitions knots or demo knots for priming different types of explosives. Now the stuff you see here is all training aids. This is not live stuff. It is not illegal to own the training aids or to practice this stuff using training aids. I'm primarily doing this video for newer engineers or newer sappers and people that find themselves in a resistance situation where they need this to repel an invading army. So the first knot I'm going to teach you is the basic one that everyone always gets taught as their first demo knot when they go to AIT or for their engineer or sapper training. And that's a demo knot on a 1 pound block of TNT. That's what this simulates. So, and I'll give you some terms here and some information. First, we're going to make ourselves a bight on the deck cord about yay long. Put the bight over, we want the knot to go in the center of the block. This is our running end here. This is our standing end. So we're going to hold the bight on, take our running end over our standing end, wrap it around the block till we have 4 wraps on the back. There'll be 3 on the front, 4 on the back. Bring our running end around and we're going to slip it between the block and the bight, going up through the bight, going in the direction that we were doing the knot. Bring it down. Everything should be nice and tight, and it's a lot easier to do this with real deck cord than the training stuff. The training stuff's a pain in the butt. After we get it in there, pull down on your standing end, tighten up your knot. Your tail here should be about 6 to 8 inches. This is a little long. I have not done this knot in probably since I was in AIT. But this is generally how it looks. You're going to have 4 wraps on the back. You'll have 3 full on the front and then the 2 halves. That's your basic demo knot. Some people think this is the only authorized knot for every type of explosives and for every purpose. It isn't. And the chance of coming across TNT outside a training setting when you're in AIT or going through sapper school is slim to none. The only time I actually seen TNT outside of the schoolhouse was literally when a base found a crate of it in the back of a bunker and they wanted us to destroy it. So then all we did is we primed up some C4 blocks, put them on top of the crate of TNT and blew the whole goddamn thing to pieces because it is dangerous when it is old. Next one I'm going to show you is for C4 block M112. Now there are 2 knots that are authorized for use on a single block of C4. First one is the double overhand. The second one is the triple roll. The double overhand knot has the strength of 1 to 2 blasting caps. The triple roll has a strength of 2 to 3 blasting caps. Double overhand is the one that you use the most when you're priming blocks for breaching, such as you're trying to clear mines from a minefield to make a lane through. So first, get ourselves a nice big bite here, about little over 2 hand widths in length. Take the bite, wrap it around your finger, bring the bite down, up and through. And then if you do it right, which once again I haven't because I haven't done it in a while, so I'm going to redo this. You have to have a 6-inch tail on your demo knots. This 6-inch tail is to account for moisture. Okay, so I did a double, so let's go more than double on our length here. Same thing, finger down, around, bring it over, pull your finger out of the loop you made, bring it in, tie off your bite, and there you go, your tail should be 6 to 8 inches. Tighten it up. The bite up here usually comes out to about 1 to 2 inches. 2 if it's really sloppy. Now, to prime the C4 with it, this is something that a lot of people screw up. What you got to do, you got to cut it a little past halfway point, slit it going the long way. You can do it from either the plastic side or the double-sided tape side. Really doesn't matter that much. It matters more of the application you're using the block for. If you're sticking the block to something, then maybe do it on the back side. If you're breaching, doesn't really matter. But go through, make your slit going down the long way here. Take your 2 halves and you peel it apart a little bit. You don't cut all the way through, you cut in a little over halfway. So from here down, peel it, you then take your knot, press it into the C4, run it down the channel that you made, bring the 2 pieces of 2 halves here, squeeze it back together. You'll then tape it with electrical tape or 100-mile-an-hour tape like I have on this simulated. Usually wrap it 2 times. One down here with the knot firmly inside the block, and another one down here just to hold it together. And you're usually pretty good. You've primed it. It's good to go. Now untie the knot again. This next knot, the triple roll, I have not used it much at all. I think the only time I ever did it was when we had to do our annual demolitions training tests to qualify to handle explosives. So once again, we have our bite. And if I don't screw this up, take it about here. Take our standing end this time, under our running end, in the loop, under, through the loop again. I need a little bit more. Damn it. It's been a long time since I've done some of these knots. Okay. So through the loop. Like so. Through the loop again. Second. through the loop again. Third, take a running end, pull it tight. And that's a triple roll. You have 3 wraps going through the inside of this 6-inch tail. Same thing, place it in the center of the block, same as I showed before. Now the strength of this is 2 to 3 blasting caps. The double overhand is 1 to 2. You can use this to prime more than one block. So what you can do, slit it on the tape side, open it up, put it in there like so. You know, peel off the tape or the backing on the tape, put the knot inside there, squeeze it, take another block, put it over the top, make sure that the tape is holding them together, and then take some tape here, holding the 2 blocks together to make yourself a misfire charge. That's about the only time I could think of using a triple roll for. A misfire charge in demolitions, especially for training, is 2 blocks of M1112 C4 primed in the center, and you got your running end here, which would get tied into your initiation system and all that. So now the next knot I'm going to show you is the yuley knot. The yuley knot uses between 2 to about 3 feet of deck cord. It takes a lot. So we're going to have to make ourselves a nice big, super big long bite here. Go down about 1 hand width down. So now we're going to say this is our standing end. This is going to be our running end, our bite. Take our running end over to standing end. Back down, back over. Trying to tie a yuley knot with training deck cord is a giant pain in the butt. And then we wrap it eight times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a running end up through the bite, put it down in between the 2 legs on the bite, standing end, pull it like so. Yuley knot should have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The tail on a yuley knot, if you look in the literature, they say do it at 1 inch, but a lot of us just did the 6 to 8 inch tail out of habit. Now, when would you use this knot? This knot has the strength of 4 to 6 blasting caps, so we would typically use this for priming a satchel charge or some bulk amount of explosives. So say we had 4 to 6 blocks here, we lay 2 down like so, put our yuley knot in the center, and then put 2 more over the top. Or if we had 6 blocks, we'd put 4 down, kind of make a space in the center of the 2 center blocks, put this in there, and then put the other 2 blocks over the top, and then go through and add tape to hold the whole thing together. This knot I have done quite a bit over the years, especially for making homemade satchel charges. Now I gotta try untying it, which this time I'll show you guys how stiff it is to work with this stuff. Okay. Now the last one I'm going to show you here, this is going to be my simulated Bangalore torpedo. If you don't know what it is, look it up online. If you're an engineer, you already know. Now down on the end of the Bangalore, you're going to have a dip right before the end cap. At the top of that dip, going into the main part of the Bangalore for about this much on it, say about 6 inches or so, you're going to have the booster, and it's going to be on both ends. So you want to prime your Bangalores right over that booster, right at the edge of the hump. So with this one, make ourselves bite about so much. Put the bite towards the end. We got our running end, standing end. And what we're going to do, we have to put on 8 to 10 wraps right over where the booster would be. So hold it on, take our running end over standing end, wrap it around the Bangalore, up and around 8 to 10 times. Trying to do this on the table is not the same as in real life. I'm just trying to show you. Okay, keep going around. I'm going to tie this quick and then show you the end results. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another partial to be on the safe side. So I got my wraps. And then we take running end up between the Bangalore and through the bite, like so. Pull it through. Take our standing end, holding it, pull it down to lock it in. Count it on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 8 to 10. Now, you'll probably say, security guy, it's too far down. It's got to be closer to the end, right at the ridge, so it's over the booster. With this, it's easy. Just slide it down. And then we got our running end becomes our branch line. Don't really care about the tail. Some people would take the tail, bring it back, put it down into the cap well, just for shits and giggles. And then how we would secure this onto the Bangalore, you take 100-mile-an-hour tape or duct tape. Make sure that the branch line, the running end, will go away, and then duct tape over the top of the knot to hold it in place right over the top of the booster. There you go. Those are the basic det cord knots for priming explosives. Now I do have to say this, do not do this at home. You will get caught, you'll go to jail for a very long time, especially if you're dumb enough to do this for nefarious purposes. Like you're a member of Antifa and you're trying to fight the power. Idiots. But those of you in the military, here's a good review for you on tying these knots. Now, are there other knots that can be tied? Yes, there is. The demo knot that I told you, if you look it up in the manual for priming the TNT block, it says that that is the alternative method. The main method that they show in the manual, I have never seen anyone do that anymore, so that's probably a knot left over from World War II. People learned along the way that, hey, the alternative method is a lot quicker, a lot more efficient. So, and I will make this note for anyone who is in the military, who is trying to see how to do these knots, please let the engineer center know that the graphics they have in the manual for the triple roll knot is incorrect. If you follow the way it is in the pictures, you are not going to get a triple roll knot. You're actually going to get a knot that will not work. It will come apart. The method I showed you is the method that actually works for making a triple roll. Now, for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot and Militia movements, always remember, essayons.